Hey friends, welcome back to the shop. Next couple of weeks, very busy. It's exciting because we have less than 2 weeks left of Clara being here in the shop, and then she is heading off to a chemical bath. Yay! And I'm going to say yay, but knowing that there will likely be some things that are uncovered when she comes out of her hot and saucy little dip. With that, we got a few things that we're rushing to get off of here, and one of those are the windows. All the glass has to come out, and this episode is going to walk through on how to remove your door windows, because there is a number of items that you have to do beforehand. But before we get into it, I want to say big thanks to Brian and Yellow Jacket Garage for hooking us up with some awesome merch. If you are not familiar with that channel, highly recommend it. He does a lot of automotive maintenance and tool reviews on a variety of different makes and models of vehicles. Veteran, just all around great guy, so I highly recommend you checking out his channel and supporting him on his journey as well. So with that, let's get into it.
Let's get scripted. Script, baby.
First thing, if you're an older gentleman like myself, the first thing you're going to grab is the foam cushion pad to save your old ass knees. So this definitely has to go down. For this, it's going to be real simple as far as tools. 1/2-inch socket, a 7/16 socket or wrench, and then if you've already taken off your door panels and window crank, grab your universal window crank. There's going to be a total of 8 different bolts that are going to be required, plus some little magic back behind all the brackets in order for you to be able to get the window out. Because unlike more modern windows where it's more of a compression, that you just relieve the compression from bolts and slide it out the top, there's a little bit of hidden magic in here keeping that from happening with these. So let me go ahead and show you the 8 that's going to be required to take out, because if you have this all off, you need your universal window crank in order to lower the window down where you have access to them. All right, you've got one here, another one right there, another one right there, and you have a bolt right here. You have another one up there. Then you have these 2 access holes that will be 2 additional bolts back in there for you to get out.
I'm timing you now.
No! That's how shit gets broken.
Gotta be faster than that if you're gonna do NASCAR.
Yeah.
Way faster if you're gonna do IndyCar.
Well, I don't have deep pockets in NASCAR or Indy when shit breaks. So it's not gonna happen.
What do you mean when? Don't you mean if?
No, it's when. When you get those others through the access holes, then you're gonna need to lower it a little bit more to reach this one at the top of the bracket. Then you're gonna raise it back up. And this is where you're going to need your 7/16 for one sole smaller nut.
Don't laugh at the little nut.
Try not to. Okay, when you get all of those off, then it's a matter of sliding this bracket up over the bolt. Now, what I suggest that you do, grab you a 2x4 or something else, about 12 inches in length, where you can slide down inside the door and put underneath your window as you're taking these brackets off to keep it from actually sliding down too far. So we're going to set that right there. Now I can focus on taking these brackets off. Got a bracket here. And this X bracket here that's on the regulator, those all slide off of bolts. Now, you have these plates that the nuts were holding on. These plates will actually have to come off. You have one on the front, one on the back, both the same, different size, because the glass is actually between these plates. More than likely, they've been on there for a number of years, so they're going to be pretty damn tight. And I'm noticing. All right, I got one more bolt here that I did not see. The 9th bolt is actually right there at the top of where this bracket is. Right there. This is a very easy one to be able to access with the impact, so you're going to have to use a regular box end or a ratchet wrench to get it off.
Looks like a finger on the door. You're sticking your tongue out.
Oops. It happens. It's called the Jordan syndrome. Blinko! Okay. All right, first, we'll take this bracket out. And you'll see these are where the bolts went through the glass and into the bracket. So make sure that you're really careful with the glass. I can only imagine that these are not cheap to replace. We'll take out. They have rubber gaskets that are likely really stuck to the window itself, just like this one is. All right. Now, the bolts on these are actually attached to a swivel on these cool little stripper poles that are back here in the door frame itself. How to get these out, because this glass will not come out all the way because you have stoppers inside, plus you have the regulator bracket inside, that these will turn on the cool little stripper pole, just like the compression brackets on the outside that we had to take off that were stuck. There's also rubber on the back side that this is likely stuck with. What I've learned is just a real small flat tip screwdriver is going to work best. Less likelihood of damaging the window. and you need it in there just enough to be able to break that seal. Damn. That hurt. That was loud. And a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Fortunately, it actually took care of the rear at the same time. So that worked out pretty damn well.
Yeah.
And I didn't lose any skin in the matter. All right, so now we've got that where it's no longer stuck to those brackets. I'm going to be able to swivel them. Now that we've got those swivels unstuck from the window itself, ideally you'd like to have a second set of hands as you rotate these, or you'll just be going back and forth for a little while. So I'm going to leverage Dana, thank you.
You're welcome.
And see if we can get these actually out of the glass. Okay, it's out now. You want to set it on the glass over on the carpet? On the glass.
Yes, I'll set the glass on the carpet.
Thank you. So these are the swivel brackets on what I call the stripper pole inside the door that I was referring to. Because these will go this way, in order to be able to get the window out, it's best to be able to swivel them both at the same time, so that way they'll come out. Another huge thing that you can easily do to help with this, there is a window guard inside that will come unbolted that you can actually take out, which will likely help on removing these. But because we like doing shit the hard way here, we didn't do that. So these will actually come right out. Because they have these rubber gaskets, these can't stay in for the bath. We're going to take both out. Okay, that's it. Glass out of this door. Now we can move on to taking out the next piece. If you came to the channel specifically looking for this episode because you're working on a classic Mustang, we hope that it actually helped you out. And if you're one of our regular friends that are following the journey along, thanks for sticking along with us. We're going to get back into the next few steps of stripping things down, getting it ready to go. So be sure to stick around for a little while. Until then, take care, stay safe. We'll see you soon.
Take it off, baby.
You're a mess.